and one cannot protect everyone's whole family. With these words she took Ares back to his seat. Meanwhile Hera called Apollo outside with Iris the messenger of the gods. Zeus, she said to them, desires you to go to him at once on the Mount Ida, who when you have seen him, you are to do as he may then bid you. Thereon Hera left them and resumed her seat inside, while Iris and Apollo made all haste on their way. When they reached many towns in Ida, mother of wild beasts, they found Zeus seated on topmost Gargarus, with a fragrant cloud encircling his head with a diadem. They stood before his presence, and he was pleased with them for having been so quick in obeying the orders his wife had given him. He spoke to Iris first. Go, said he, fleet Iris, tell King Poseidon what I now bid you, and tell him true. Bid him leave off fighting, and either join the company of the gods into the sea. If he takes no heed and disobeys me, let him consider well whether he is strong enough to hold his own against me if I attack him. I am older and much stronger than he is. Yet he is not afraid to set himself up as one on level with myself, of whom all the other gods stand in awe. Iris, fleet as the wind, obeyed him as the cold hail or snowflakes that fly from the clouds before the blast of Boreas. Even so did she wing her way till she came close up to the great shaker of the earth. Then she said, I have come, O dark-haired king that holds the world in his embrace, to bring you a message from Zeus. He bids you leave off of fighting and either join the company of the gods or go down into the sea. If, however, you take no heed and disobey him, he says he will come down here and fight you. He would have you keep out of his reach, for he is older and much stronger than you are, and you are not afraid to set yourself up as on a level with himself, or whom all the other gods stand in awe. Poseidon was very angry and said, Great heaven, strong as Zeus may be, he has said more than he can do, if he has threatened violence against me, who am of like honor with himself. We were three brothers whom Rhea bore to Kronos, Zeus, myself, and Hades, who rules the world below. Heaven and earth were divided into three parts, and each of us was to have an equal share. When we cast lots, it fell to me to have my dwelling in the sea forevermore. Hades took the darkness of the realms under the earth, while air and sky and clouds were the portion that fell to Zeus. But earth and great Olympus are the common property of all. Therefore I will not walk as Zeus would have me. For all his strength, let him keep to his own third share, and be contented without threatening to lay hands upon me as though I were nobody. Let him keep his bragging talk for his sons and daughters, who must perforce obey him. Iris, fleet as the wind, then answered, Am I really Poseidon to take this daring and unyielding message to Zeus? Or will you reconsider your answer? Sensible people are open to argument, and you know that the Arianians always range themselves on the side of the older person. Poseidon answered, Goddess Iris, your words have been spoken in season. It is well when a messenger shows no much discretion. Nevertheless, it cuts into the very heart that anyone should rebuke so angrily another who is his own peer, and of like empire within himself. Now, however, I will give way in spite of my displeasure. Furthermore, let me tell you, and I mean what I say, if contrary to the desire of myself, Athena, driver of the spoil, Hera, Hermes, and King Hephaestus, Zeus slaves steep Ilium, and will not let the Athenians have the great triumph of sacking it. Let him understand that he will incur our implacable resentment. Poseidon now left the field to go down under the sea, and sorely did the Athenians miss him. Then Zeus said to Apollo, Go, dear Phoebus, to Hector, for Poseidon, who has holds the earth in his embrace, has now gone down under the sea to avoid the severity of my displeasure. Had he not done so, those gods who are below with Cronus would have come to hear of the fight between us. It is better for both of us that we should have curbed his anger and kept on my reach, for I should have had much trouble with him. Take then your task with Aegis, and shake it furiously, so as to set the Athenian heroes in a panic. Take moreover brave Hector, O far darter, into your own care, and rouse him to deeds of daring till the Athenians are sent flying back to their ships and to Hellespont. From that point I will think it well over, how the Athenians may have a respite from their troubles. Apollo obeyed his father's saying, and left the crest of Ida, flying like a falcon, vain of doves and swiftest of all birds. He found Hector no longer lying upon the ground but sitting up, for he had just come to himself again. He knew those who were about him, and sweating hard breathing had left him from the moment when the will of Aegis-bearing Zeus had revived him. Apollo stood beside him and said, Hector, son of Priam, why are you so faint, and why are you here away from the others? Has any mishap befallen you? Hector in a weak voice answered, In which kind serve the gods, you who now ask me thus? Do you not know that Ajax struck me on the chest with a stone as I was killing his comrades, the ships of the Athenians, and compelled me to leave off fighting? I made sure that this very day I should breathe my last and go down into the house of Hades. Then King Apollo said to him, Take heart, the son of Cronos has sent you a mighty helper from Ida to stand by you and to defend you, even me, Phoebus Apollo, of the golden sword, who have the guardian hitherto not only of yourself, but of your city. Now therefore order your horsemen to drive their chariots to the ships of the great multitudes. I will go before your horses to smooth the way for them, and will turn the Athenians in flight. As he spoke, he infused great strength into the shepherds of his people, and as a horse, stable and full-fed, breaks loose and gallops gloriously over the plain to the place where he is wanted to take his bath in the river. He tosses his head, and his mane strings over his shoulders, as in all the pride of his strength. He flies full speed to pastures where the mares are feeding. Even so, Hector, when he heard what the gods said, urged his horsemen on, and sped forward as fast as his limbs could take him, as has taken shelter under the rock or thicket, and they cannot find him. But lo, are in no further humor for the chase. Even so the Athenians were still, but when they saw Hector going about among his men, they were afraid, and their hearts fell down into their feet. Then spoke Thoas, son of Adriamon, leader of the Italians, a man who could throw a good throw, and who was staunch also in close fight, while few could surpass him in debate when opinions were divided.